Iris here. Today I want to talk about what happens when you lose your job. A few of us have been there. We've come into work on a Monday or Tuesday or Friday morning, whatever it is, and you get called into an office to inevitably be let go from a job because of a layoff. Now, I'm specifically talking to those who've been laid off and not who've been let go due to performance. That's a different topic. So let's talk about what you can do when you get let go. A lot of times you are asked to leave that day. You go back to your desk, you pack up your things. Sometimes there's not enough time to say goodbye to everyone. It really sucks, and it's really bruising to the ego. So I want to talk about a few ways to cope with that and kind of how you move forward and how you find a new job after that. The first thing I want to say is I think it's really important to take a weekend or a few days to actually recover from the emotional piece of it. You know, it's hard to go from one job to the next when you've just been let go, especially if it's not your fault. It's a big life change. You've just spent 40 plus hours a week at this job working with those people, and now you are just not going in at all. So you wake up the next morning, you're not getting ready to go anywhere. For some people it may be a relief. For most people it's actually really difficult. What I would say is take some time to really think about, what have I learned from this job? What have I really gained since I've been there? Maybe you've been there 6 months, maybe you've been there 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Think about how you've grown there, what you were able to contribute. Basically, look at the silver lining. You've been able to grow your career in a certain way. You've been able to maybe make a certain amount of money and really increase your worth for the next job, which is really great. And now you've worked with a ton of other people, so you have a better network. So I would say take the weekend to really think about that and really understand, hey, I've gained a lot from this job, and let me make a list and write down what those things are, because those can end up translating into a resume. The next thing I would focus on then is your resume. You'll want to really think about how you want to position it. Do you want to take a job that's just like the one that you just had? Do you want to make a career change? A lot of times when we get laid off, it's a great time to really think about, what do I really want to do? Do I want to do something else now? Do I maybe want to make a career change and go into a different field? Or no, I really liked what I was doing. I want to find a similar company. I want to be with similar people. So that's a really good time during your recovery process to just think about that so that you can start thinking about how you spruce up your resume. I highly recommend also getting in touch with your network, maybe people you've worked with in the past, and letting them know that you are now on the job market again. For some people, this may be a little bit hard to reach out to people and basically say, hey, I lost my job, there was a layoff. You get a lot of questions. Everyone always wants to know your business. But I would say be picky about, who you're reaching out to, and reach out to your network. Let them know, hey, this is where I want to go next. This is what I'm doing next. Because really, no one's going to help you if they don't know you're looking. I would also start thinking about reaching out to a recruiter. Now, a recruiter is a great person to talk to if you are just laid off. You probably have very relevant experience. It wasn't your choice to be let go, so you're probably really good at what you were doing. And the recruiter can kind of help you get your foot in the door and network for you when you haven't really been on the job market for maybe a few years and you really need to kind of get a feel for what's going on out there. So those are things right off the bat you can do. Your first weekend or week having been laid off is take some time to recover and heal emotionally. Think about, what you've gained and all the experience and everything you've learned. Take some time to start reaching out to your network so that you can start writing your resume and sprucing that up. And I highly recommend, if you're not the type of person who's good at writing a resume, to reach out to someone who does resume services. You can reach out to me, I do that. But try and reach out to someone who's experienced in writing resumes. They're really going to know and understand at this point in time what recruiters are looking for resume-wise. Another thing I would do is keep yourself busy. It's easy when you just get laid off to sit around at home and kind of think about everything that's happened while maybe some of your friends are waking up every day and still going to work, and you're just kind of waking up at 10 a.m. and trying to figure out what to do. So I'd highly recommend starting to get yourself into a new routine, whether that's waking up, making breakfast, going to the gym, walking your dogs, whatever it is, to keep yourself kind of out and about and sane, and so that you're not going stir crazy at home. If you're working on your resume or networking or anything is try to go to coffee shops, try to go to WeWork spaces so that you're around other people who are maybe also looking for jobs or also in the industry right now. Another thing that I would recommend is education. I think it's a great time usually when people get laid off to think about, do I want to get a master's degree? Do I want to maybe find a job that is more flexible so that I can further my education to maybe safeguard this from happening to me again? FYI, you can never safeguard yourself from being laid off, whether you're a consultant or a full-time employee. It happens. And usually it's a great time to take the time to further your education and your knowledge so that you're better equipped to handle the next role you go into. Now, if you are going to make a career change and you're not experienced in that type of field or career, I would recommend really thinking about how you can do that during this gap of time so that you're able to essentially make yourself more marketable when you do go out and find that new career that you're looking for. So whether you're converting maybe from being a product manager to a coder, how can you gain that experience and what languages do you need to learn to be able to now market yourself as an engineer versus a product manager? So that's a great time to take a second and think about, I've always wanted to make this career change. This is a good time. I think I'm going to get some further education and do it. It's really important when you get laid off that there's like a forward momentum for you, because you're so used to going into an office every day, maybe commuting and seeing the same people, that you just keep some type of brain power moving so that you don't get stagnant and stuck in kind of your own head. So if you have just been laid off or if you've been laid off before, comment below and let me know, how it affected you and what you did to help you kind of get out of a funk or help you kind of move forward and find a new gig for yourself. So I hope this video at least helped some of you out there today that are a little bit confused or maybe just dealt with a layoff recently. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos and content like this coming your way. Thanks so much and see you in a bit.